Dlaczego Boom musiał usunąć odcinek Skibidi Toilet 67, część 4? Zapraszam do odcinka, lecimy.
Part 4 was released, a lot has happened. Episode 67, part 4 was re-uploaded with some changes, and there were actually a couple things I missed in my analysis video.
No właśnie, słuchajcie, zmienił się ten odcinek, ja go analizowałem, ten nowy, bo tam zmieniło się m.in. logo i w tym logu jest bardzo dużo takich tajemnic, ale to nie wszystkie rzeczy, które się zmieniły, więc
But that's not
zapraszam.
all, because Dwóch also uploaded the full episode 67, and there were also changes to the earlier parts as well. And some of these changes are crazy and very big. So today we'll go over why the
Także
episode
słuchajcie,
was
nawet
re-uploaded and
Elita mówi, że te zmiany są naprawdę duże, także lecimy.
every change I found. But before we do that, let's try to get this video to 69,000
Dobra,
likes.
tu
because
mówi
it
o
will drive
lajkach,
to
to
the
nas
channel.
nie
Let's go
interesuje.
through why the part 4 of episode 67 was re-uploaded. There are a couple reasons, and the main reason is that Dwóch actually got copyright claimed. This
No
is
właśnie, jednym z powodów jest to, że dostał copyrighta, ale to nie tylko, bo tam były, to logo Skibidi Toilet przypominało coś, no takiego średniego. Ja nie będę tu wymieniał, natomiast
So crazy.
widzicie, dalej dostaje te copy strike'i Boom, ale tym razem YouTube zadziałał dość
that
szybko.
it's going on, but it's actually different from the strike situation because
Tym
a claim
razem do
doesn't delete
muzyki.
the video. Instead, it gets the revenue of the video. This is usually fine if it's justified. But this random bozo apparently took the audio from Dwóch's video and used some distribution service to make it seem like it's his own.
Oj, to był częsty problem, słuchajcie, i nawet to była metoda na zarabianie kiedyś na YouTubie, teraz już to jest przycięte, ale widzicie, dalej jest to troszkę możliwe, jeszcze nie aż tak to zostało, no to nie zostało jakby mega, wiecie, to nie ma końca, natomiast zostało to troszkę zatrzymane, przystopowane. Możecie wziąć dźwięk i potem dodać
Audio
jako
and
swój,
claimed
nie?
episode 67
Masakra.
part 4 to take half of the revenue generated from the video. And Blood wrote Bill William Clinton as his name, which is the name of a former USA president. I don't know
I
if
to
you
jakiś
guys know or not, but last year there was some
słuchajcie, jakiś fejkowy gościu, który nazwał się jako prezydent Stanów
kid
Zjednoczonych.
that got on stage at the Game Awards and thanked Bill Clinton. After this, it kind of became a meme. And that may be why they chose this name, because this copyright
Aha, i to był
claim is
mem
not
kiedyś, ja
justified
nawet
at
nie
all.
wiedziałem, ty. Ej.
Also, many of you noticed that there was a blur in the video for a short while, and apparently some details in this episode were a little rushed and unfinished, because Dwóch probably wanted to keep the 7-day schedule.
No właśnie, on tutaj zablurował coś, no bo to były nawiązania takie, no nie dość fajne, więc ja się nie dziwię, że to zostało
But afterwards, he wanted to
zablurowane,
change the logo on the
zamazane.
billboard at the end of the episode.
No i teraz patrzcie, logo jest totalnie inne, zmienione.
It wasn't just that, because he probably was not happy with the sound design, since he decided to change some of the music as well, and re-uploaded the video with the changes after being claimed. And for this reason, we somehow got 3 uploads from Dwóch. Now that the copyright situation is out of the way, we can get into the changes that happened in episode 67.
No właśnie,
There
jakie
was
były
one main
zmiany?
change, and it was in episode 67, part 1. Even though it feels like a big change, I don't know the meaning of it, and it might even have been a mistake. But if it actually was on purpose, it's crazy. If you actually remember episode 67, part 1, we saw the secret agent appear 2 times.
No właśnie, no. Po pierwsze, w tym pierwszej części sekretny agent się 2 razy
And the
pojawił,
first
no.
time we saw his green glow.
Tak.
But this time there was something weird about that same scene. Instead of just one person in front of the green glow, there was 2 people standing there. If you look side by side, it's clear that this was changed.
O kurka, nie wiedziałem o tym. Słuchajcie, a wy wiedzieliście? 2 ludzi tam teraz. Czy to jest nawiązanie do jego pierwszej serii, którą tworzył przed Skibidi Toilet?
And I have no idea why there are 2 people there. Maybe that person wasn't
Albo to jest błąd, albo to zamierzone
the
było.
secret agent, and it was actually Alliance members standing there watching the scene, and maybe the secret agent was teleporting behind them to save them, because we know that the scientist's toilet appeared right there in the same place. I don't think we'll get an answer to this, but it was an interesting change because it might be anything.
No
Other than
właśnie.
this, I think it's all the
Jacie.
same for the first 3 parts.
Ciekawe, co to może być, o co tu chodzi, nie?
Even the Titan TV man lines all went back to how it was before the shorts. But there were a couple changes in part 4, as I said, and there were few minor details that I missed in my analysis yesterday.
No właśnie, co tutaj
First of all,
pominął?
the main change was the logo at the end of the episode.
Tak.
didn't talk about it at all in my
No to o tym logo to mówiliśmy i to logo strasznie przypomina komputery
previous
albo
episode since it was
telewizory.
blurred and now changed, but the new logo features a toilet that looks like the G-Man toilet shooting his lasers while he is leading other toilets. This should remind us that G-Man toilet is actually the toilet with the highest rank and probably will continue to.
No dobra, jest G-Man, ale to nie wygląda jak prawdziwe takie, słuchajcie, ta część tutaj górna. To nie wygląda jak toaleta, naprawdę.
With what's been going
To jest dziwne. Okej.
on and him getting clones left and right, we might get to see G-Man toilet a lot more after the toilet bunker arc ends.
No
But
te
that's not
klony
all.
G-Mana to jest totalnie dziwne. To już tak jakby było to na siłę, albo może jest jakieś wyjaśnienie, po co tyle G-Manów,
Because
nie?
there is a writing on this billboard, and apparently it's Skibidi written in the Greek
No,
alphabet.
Skibidi,
There was
no.
also the change of music in this part, and some sound effects were added. In the original upload, there was a music that sounded like someone was screaming, and I'm assuming Dwóch decided to change it because of the scream part, and instead of that, a more dark and terrifying
Okej, czyli była scena z tym krzykiem. No to tak, to się zgadzam, a on to
music
zmienił.
was added, and we could hear some Skibidi toilet voices. The main question is this just a bunker, a Skibidi toilet factory, or a laboratory? Because in part 1 of the episode, we saw that it had some DNA logos outside the bunker door, but people mentioned that it was a door from Half-Life.
No właśnie, no też TV Menu mieli to takie same drzwi, więc to jest użyte. Nie patrzmy na to logo, niby DNA, co tam jest na tych drzwiach.
Hopefully we'll get to see it in the next 2
Ale to
episodes.
wygląda jak laboratorium też,
This
nie?
place really could
Baza.
be anything at this point, and maybe it's the combination of everything, because
Tak,
ever since episode
połączenie
66 we've
wszystkiego.
been seeing the weirdest toilets ever, and it's getting crazier and crazier. We are surely going to see some insane toilets inside this place with the weirdest upgrades for sure.
Może, słuchajcie, poznamy, jak naprawdę te mutanty zostały stworzone, nie?
We might even get to see more G-Man toilet clones, but the main question is, why did the Alliance members enter this place?
Po
I
co
get
tam
that they
idą,
wanna
nie?
kill
Po
off
co oni się udają tam do tej bazy i po co agent im pomaga, nie? To jest pytanie. Oni na siłę chcą tam wejść. Być może tam jest jedna jakby wirus jakiś, który zamienia w Skibidi Toilet albo jakiś mózg, albo cokolwiek, nie? Coś, przez co powstają te toalety.
Scientist toilet, but they entered pretty unprepared, and they probably have no idea what's awaiting them. This is kind of worrying, and I feel like the next episode might have some backrooms vibes because of this place being completely uncharted territory.
Ej, no jak tu backroomsów zrobią takie te historie boom, ciekawe. Takie przedzieranie się po tym bunkrze. Wow.
One thing that feels weird is that we instantly went into a new minor arc right after the big one ended, but we are just 2 episodes away from episode 69 and the Alliance
Elita to tylko czeka na ten odcinek 69. Masakra, nie?
is literally stuck inside the bunker. Hopefully even episode 69 is a serious episode, since almost every episode has been
No
serious
i szkoda tego Lardża, nie?
for a
Był z
long
nami
while
długo.
now. We can get some goofiness.
Przeżył
I
wiele.
also missed one of the Titan
Wycierpiał.
TV man lines in episode 67, part 4. And it's when he was heading to the battle, he said, "Let's go," in reverse, right before flying into the G-Man trio. And that's why injured Titan speakerman probably shrugged to injured Titan cameraman. Here you go, listen to it yourself.
Let's go, tak,
There was one
ruszamy.
last small detail that I missed in my episode 67, part 4 analysis.
Okej,
And
co
it's
jeszcze
about
pominął?
Plunger cameraman. We all know that his legs were cut off in episode 57, part 1, and we can actually see the bottom half of his legs in episode 67, part 4. I don't know how I missed this, but his pants are a little destroyed, and it's clear that he has robotic legs. One thing we still don't know about the Alliance races is that if their bodies are made of flesh or mechanics. For example, the injured large speaker man that died while holding the door seemed to be a mix of both because
No właśnie. Tutaj jakby kamera Elita, ten plunger, ninja, wygląda jak robot, a ten tutaj ma ślady jakby takiej, wiecie, no tak jakby to był pół człowiek, pół
he had
właśnie
blood on him,
głośnik.
but there were mechanical particles coming out of him at the same time as well. But Plunger cameraman's legs are fully mechanical now, and it's been a while since we last saw him fight on foot and with just one plunger.
Także słuchajcie, no zobaczymy. No dużo się zmieniło, ale dlaczego tylko ja myślę, że to logo to jest takie, troszkę nam spoileruje, co się może wydarzyć. Nie wiem czemu, ale te toalety na tym logu, one wyglądają średnio. Naprawdę
This
tu nie
place being
przypomina...
completely
Ta
uncharted
górna część nie przypomina toalety. Bo jak sobie porównacie na przykład,
toilets
nie wiem,
ever.
Jimena końcówkę, czy tego tutaj, tu, to nie wygląda jak tamte logo, nie? Dobra, moi drodzy, to tyle. Dajcie znać, co myślicie i sprawdźcie kolejne odcinki.